Hey there, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking me out live. This is Ash from Fetch Profits. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking this out. If you are new, raise your hand and let me know you're there. This is the first time I'm going live. So I'm a little nervous. So I'm going to talk about something that's very close to my heart. I've been working for 18 plus years in the digital marketing industry, helping clients put up their web presence and make it work for their business. Now, the issue with digital marketing is that there's a lot of opinions on digital marketing. A lot happens in the world of digital marketing where every agency, every freelancer, everybody who goes through digital marketing training comes in through their own opinions and own experiences, and they tend to put that onto digital marketing work. But for something that's as business critical as digital marketing is, you cannot afford to have opinions. At the end of the day, digital marketing presence or everything that you do when it comes to digital marketing, which we'll get into in a little while, is going to ensure that you get your leads and you get your sales. And that's the whole flow, that's the whole process, that's how it's supposed to work. Now, everything you do is, if it's based on opinion, then you're not letting digital marketing do its wonder, which is to allow you to get out there and use the power of inbound marketing to ensure that you get the leads and you get the sales inbound without you having to distribute flyers, without you having to spend huge amounts of money on paper ads, without spending money on radio advertising, without spending money on anything else really. By making your presence work, you can make sure that you get all of these leads, potential buyers interested in your product or service, and get to you, slowly buy from you, and then become customers for life. So there are basics for digital marketing which you cannot really have opinions about. Now, these basics are something that every business must do, regardless of the type of business that you have. So whether you are a freelancer, you are an indie hacker developer, you are a large corporation, you are a mid-sized corporation, you are, um, an agency. No matter who you are, you got to have these basics in place to ensure that you have the best chances of maximizing your success with inbound marketing. Now, inbound marketing sounds fancy, but basically what you're doing here is that to ensuring you have a presence on the web in a way that you are leading with content, leading with conversations, leading with impact, and leading with trust. So, thanks to your content, people tend to like you, they read from you, they consume the content you produce, and then they will eventually buy from you. And that's the whole idea behind inbound marketing. And now, how you do it, the tactics you use, the different places you will be on, various strategies you will use is really up to you. Now, another gift that digital marketing gives you is to allow you to use everything, try everything, be everywhere possible, then utilize analytics and data to ensure that you derive the best decisions. You make the best decisions based on what you are getting, the inputs that you're getting from your analytics. So let's say you focus on blogging and you see that your blogging efforts are consistently leading to search results. That means your website is being found on search when people type for the particular keyword that your business is associated with, and they find you, they search you, they get to your site, and they're signing up for some product or service that you have on your site. You notice that it is a search optimization that you're doing that is giving you the maximum results compared to vis-a-vis, let's say, social media, or compared to email marketing, or compared to anything else that you're doing. That's when you sit down and draw a decision based on, all right, this is working great for me, I think I should invest more in SEO and not that much on social media presence. So that's the gift that digital marketing gives you. So having said that, let's get right into the basics that you need and the web presence that you can have. So a smashingly good web presence that gets you the brand presence you need, gets you the leads you desire, and gets you the sales that you desire over a period of time. So having said that, let's get right in and try and show you some examples as to how this works. Now, this is Unbounce. Now, Unbounce is a lead generation software builder. Now, they have all sorts of products that help you generate leads. basically working with, they started off with landing pages. Now they have a sticky bar which goes on top of your site. You'll also find it on fetchprofits.com. If you go there, you will also have a way to build pop-ups and things like that with Unbounce. Now, for several years now, they've been writing these blog posts that are predominantly targeted towards agencies, marketers, and business owners who are interested in marketing. And their target audience is an audience that is invested in making their campaigns work. It is invested in making their lead generation happen. It is invested in making sure that these things, everything that they're doing online, leads to leads and sales. So Unbounce helps you create landing pages at the heart of it. Now, their product. Now they have lots of resources, lots of products, lots of solutions by categorized by industry and use cases, but predominantly they drive their traffic, they build their brand, they're getting their leads, and they're making their sales happen by using a blog. And you will now see the power of inbound marketing as they keep writing these blogs for years and years now. People have started getting warmed up to Unbounce. They trust Unbounce as a source for knowing more about campaigns, knowing more about lead pages, knowing more about how to optimize lead pages for maximum conversions and things like that. So they go on, they read, and eventually they sign up. They start with a start my free trial. They sign up for a 15-day free trial. If they like the product, they upgrade, and that's how Unbounce makes money. Now that's just one example. Here's another example of FreshBooks, which makes accounting software for small businesses. Also, small businesses would mean that agencies and freelancers and self employed professionals, several types of businesses that are mostly solo run or have small teams, and they need to have a way to ensure that they have a great way to do their invoicing, their expenses, their time tracking, projects, accounting, taxes. So FreshBooks allows them to do all of that. So who is their target audience? Their target audience are small business owners, freelancers, and self-employed professionals. They get their inbound marketing happen. How do they make their inbound marketing happen? Is with their blogs, which are predominantly targeted for small business owners. So they discuss all things that matter for small business owners in the realm of things that FreshBooks relates to, which is accounting, financing, taxes, invoicing, getting paid on time, ensuring that clients, they find the right clients. How do you get your projects? They even talk about how to have a good web presence and ensure that clients trust you before they buy from you. So FreshBooks does that. Here's another example called Sleeknote. Now, Sleeknote also very similar to Unbounce, helps create pop-ups and slide-ins. Slide-in is what you're seeing on the screen right now. It slides in from the left or the right or the top or the bottom, and usually it's a call to action, as it's called in marketing, where people can click on that and sign up for something free that Sleeknote is offering. Something to do with how to set up your web presence, for example, or how to ensure that you generate leads from your blogging, or all of that. So now, how do they run their campaigns? Is primarily they focus on their blog, which is found in Learn. Under the Learn tab on their blog is where they write impactful articles to try and help small business owners, agencies, and freelancers on learning how to grow their online businesses. So they do this on a regular basis without deviating from the norm, without deviating from a publishing cadence, as it's called, which is publishing regularly. And that publishing frequency is something only you can decide for your business, but you got to be publishing regularly without ever stopping, which means that you publish either once a week or twice a week or thrice a week or once a month or once in a fortnight. It doesn't matter, but you got to have that cadence. You have to have that publishing frequency. And by the way, publishing frequency is the number one SEO strategy if in case anybody got too lost in the sea of SEO tactics and things like that. So you have all of this going for you. So blogging is the first step for your digital presence. So with blogging, you open a window to your potential customers who will end up watching, reading what you're saying. They will end up checking out things like what you do, what are the different tips that you're providing. So they end up reading, they develop their trust, They begin to warm up to you, they like you, they make it a habit to come and read what you're saying, and even consume. Hey Sandra, I'm sorry, I just checked the comments now. Thank you so much for checking in. So all of this is done basically because you need to build that trust before people buy from you. They want people to ensure that they develop that trust, they develop that likability, they develop that credibility, and they develop that kind of warm, so that they can end up buying from you, because nobody ends up waking up one fine morning with a credit card in hand waiting to buy from you right away. So that's not how marketing works, and that's a mistake that's been with us for a long time. When you look at traditional advertising, right, you're trying to push products onto people's faces, and they just don't buy it that way. So you got to help build up a pipeline, and blogging helps you do that. But just blogging for the sake of blogging doesn't help. So that's why I keep saying that you got to have blogging with a purpose. So every blog post, if you notice what they're doing here, every blog post will have a call to action. So they will know, you will notice that in the middle of the blog post or at the end of the blog post, they'll have little snippets of code that can collect your email address, and that's where it all starts. So they will do what they can to try and get you to sign up for the free trial, or get you to sign up to get something in exchange, like this, like a download swipe file now for more copywriting inspiration. And several businesses do this so that they can help build up a pipeline and hence nurture these pipeline later. And that's where the real money is. So this is the base. Now, getting lost in SEO tactics, getting lost in what can you do with skyscraper techniques, or what can you do with keyword research and things like that, is going to deviate you from the norm, which is basically to ensure that you have a blogging cadence going. Sit down and think about the frequency that you can produce content at. Nobody is telling you that you got to publish every day. That's how companies like TechCrunch grew. But you can take your time and think about your own things that you need to do for your business, the time that you have available for you, and you think about a cadence that really works best for you. And when you do that, you will be able to publish on a regular basis. And that's a secret. That's something that's hard to do. And that's something that's hard to stick to, especially knowing that it's nobody but your dog and your mom reading your blog post. And that's the hard part. But if you stick with it long enough, it gets you the results you seek. You will thank me later if you start putting up blog post on a cadence that, or a publishing frequency that you decide is best for you. Now, on while talking about blogging, I did mention that you have a way to collect leads from your blog posts. You can also have various different ways to do that, like using Unbounce or Sleeknote or any of the products available on the market today. You can have sticky bars on the top of your site. You can have little calls to actions on the sidebar of your blog. You can have a lot of things going on your website to start collecting leads for your business. Now, you could do that with a lead magnet. You could do that with a free trial if you have a SaaS product. You could do that by just asking for an email address, although that doesn't work as well now. But doing all this helps you collect those leads, and that leads me to marketing, which is email marketing. And as you collect leads, this is how it starts showing up. Now, I'm using MailChimp for your reference. I'm just showing you MailChimp on my screen for your reference. You can absolutely use any email marketing tool that that you are comfortable with. I also have a course on MailChimp at courses.fetchprofits.com. You could go take a look at that if you want to get started with MailChimp. But that's just me. You can get started with absolutely any email marketing provider that's affordable and that's in your budget. MailChimp is free for most businesses to start with, and that's why I started with it, because I'm cheap, and that's how I start. So your audience starts building up, as you can see on the screen here. And then you'll also have little metrics which are very relevant to email marketing, which go with how many people opened your website, sorry, your email, how many people clicked on any of the links inside your email, what are the total orders that you got from your email marketing strategy. Now, that's something that we will get into great detail in another live streaming session or another video. But as you can see, money making is possible with email marketing. Just ask AppSumo, ask Groupon, ask any of the businesses out there. They all make their money from email marketing. It's not from SEO, it's not from paid ads, it's not from anything else that people are trying to push down your throat. It is from email marketing. But to build a sustained audience on email marketing, obviously it takes time. But while you do it, this is how it starts making money. So inside email marketing, there are a lot of things, of course. So this is a regular email, as you can see here. There are landing pages that you can build, but we are not getting into that at the moment. You can also collect leads on your website using a form which MailChimp provides. Now, these tools and features are fairly similar across the board with any email marketing provider you use: MailChimp, ConvertKit, Drip, Mail Post, any of those that you might use. They usually have something to help you start collecting leads and start sending emails out for people who signed up. Now, this also helps you with what is called as automation. So email marketing automation helps you try and be in touch with your subscribers as they sign up 24 by 7, and have that going as well, so that they always know that you're there, you're in touch, and they feel connected that way. So the key to that, again, is not to push or sell on every single email. Is to make sure that you're building that relationship by providing more value depending on what your business does. So at the moment, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to switch over into automation, which can get a little tricky to understand. So let's assume that I am a consultant and I provide consulting services for businesses that are looking to have a great web presence and make digital marketing work for their business. So I could have a lead form on my blog site, wherever I am linking that form to, and have people sign up for a free 30-minute session on how to make sure that their business has a great presence on the web. So let's assume I want to do that, and that's the offer I'm giving away: 30 minutes of my time. To be precise, people can sign up to that consulting sequence, and this is how an automation sequence might look like. So I could have a welcome email thanking people for signing up, including personalization, saying, "Hi, Sandra. Hi, Ramesh. Hi, John," or anything of that sort. And it's immediately triggered the moment somebody signs up to my form on the website. So that goes out immediately, and I could space my other emails one below the other, so that these are automated and they go out on their own without you having to do anything at all. And these are designed in a way that can keep that relationship going, so that the recipient on the other end knows, or the email subscriber knows, that you're there, and they keep getting value until they actually take their credit card out and make that purchase. So you could do that with automation like I'm showing you on the screen right now. So you can design each of these emails, you can set triggers as to when it should be going, you can even filter by segments and tags. So let's say you have around 100 customers who already have purchased from you. You don't want to show the same lead form to people who already bought from you, let's say. So you might want to segment these people out. You may not want to send the same sequence to people who are already your customers. So you can tag people, you can segment people, and this is again advanced email marketing automation that we can talk about later. But this is what email marketing is all about. So we covered blogging, why it's important, how it helps open up a window for your potential customers, how it builds up trust, and how it warms people up to your business, gets them to know you better, consume your content first so that they know what kind of value you provide, and hence they would now start warming up to the possibility of doing business with you. And that's how that blogging, SEO, all of that thing works on your site. And that's why it's important to ensure that you have a blogging cadence going. While you're blogging, you would want to blog for a purpose. So you would want to have people sign up, and you would want to send out emails, either broadcast one time, or you would send out automation email sequences like I'm showing now. So the other obvious web presence thing that you've got to do is to ensure that you have a presence on social media. Now, which social media platform you would go on and where you would want to invest your time and effort, like I was saying in the beginning of the live stream session, is something that you should be taking decision on based on analytics, based on data you're getting, based on the actual leads and signups, based on the sales you're making. So let's assume you are on LinkedIn and you're doing what you can to make sure that your presence is great on LinkedIn, and you're getting leads, you're getting sales from LinkedIn, and it seems to be the platform that's giving you the most bang for your buck. That's when you sit down and decide LinkedIn is where I must spend my time on. LinkedIn is where I must produce more content on. LinkedIn is where I must make connections on. Is something that you should need to decide after you have data, not before. You cannot sit there and say, I hate Facebook, so I don't want to go on Facebook. Facebook has billions of people on the platform. So chances are that your potential customers are on Facebook. They might also be on TikTok. They might also be on Snapchat. Some people can overlap. They might be on all sorts of platforms. So you really have to take a call based on the data, what the data is telling you, how many leads are you getting from each of the platforms, provided you're doing everything right. So let's say on LinkedIn, you got to have your the basics of social media fairly the same. Let's say for LinkedIn, for example, you got to have your profile up, you got to have it make sure that you also have a brand page for your brand if you have a brand, that is, or if you are a solo consultant, you might or might not want to go with a brand, but that's really up to you. So you have ways to connect with people on LinkedIn and ensure that you're providing maximum value for the buck. The same principles of what you do with blogging, or what kind of value you're providing with your, let's say, YouTube videos, is the same thing that goes across platforms on the web. You are leading with conversations and value. You are letting people get a sample of you. You are letting people know what it is to do business with you. So if it's a software product, you're going to show the insides of the software product to people who haven't even signed up to your site or your product yet. So they're going to get a glimpse of what it is like to work with your software product. If you're a consultant, they'll get to know what kind of knowledge you have, what kind of experience you have, how is it that you're connecting with people, and things like that. So, depending on your business, you would have to ensure that the kind of value you're providing is bang on. The principles apply. Formats can be different. So, maybe on LinkedIn, you will use photos and videos and set up events like I'm doing now, or maybe write articles and publish newsletters and do all of that on LinkedIn and Twitter, for example. So, but the key to making your social media work is not to just sit there and distribute your content that you publish on the blog. It is also to have conversations. Now, for small business owners, freelancers, self employed professionals, this might seem like an extra task that you need to do in a day. Yes, but you can't help it. It's any day better than going out onto the street and distributing flyers. So you could spend 30 to 50 minutes a day or 1 hour a day and try to push content out by giving value first and letting people warm up to you, like you, follow you, and then sign up for what you have. You'll be surprised at just how many people will reach out to you on their own, asking you as to how to get signed up with your product, how to buy your product, how to sign up with your consultation, how to ensure that they can go get a free trial, or how to upgrade, to a software product if you have that. So this is how, I mean, the formats and the events and what you really do on social media will differ from medium to medium, the network to network. So things are slightly different when it comes to LinkedIn. For example, you'll have your own personal profile to begin with. Then you'll have a brand profile like this, like for Fetch Profits, I have a brand one going on. You will lead with conversations no matter which platform you're on, and those conversations start showing up on your notifications window. So you this is a sign for you that your conversations are being warmed up to, people are talking to you, people get to know you, and that's when they buy from you. On Twitter, things are same. You also have different media formats on Twitter, different ways of interacting on Twitter, following people, Twitter voice, Twitter live, Twitter media, as you can see, Twitter polls, a whole lot of things that you could do on Twitter as well. So end of the day, when you are blogging, working on your SEO to ensure that your posts are being optimized for search and hence being found on Google or Bing or Yahoo, which doesn't exist at the moment, I think. So if you have people signing in, if you have people coming in and signing up, you have your emails, you have your social presence, and finally, end of the day, all this comes together in one place into your analytics. And this is where you will be able to dig through exactly what is happening, where am I getting my visitors from, what exactly is happening on my site, where are people signing up, where are people coming from, what are the sources that are getting me traffic. So it usually has that flow, right? You have traffic, you have leads, you have sales. So that traffic doesn't matter how much traffic you get. What really matters is how much relevant that traffic is, how engaged that traffic is, how much that traffic really loves you and trusts you and keeps coming back for more. So you can have different campaigns going on with showing you how many people are visiting. For the last 90 days, for example, I've had about 1,300 people coming in from organic. I don't know where they came from because it says none on the other session by Medium thing. I have referrals coming from other sites. I have other campaigns going on, such as email and video as well. But you can see exactly what's happening, where people are coming from, what's happening on your site, and things like that. So if Google Analytics is not a part of your strategy at the moment, it should be. It's free to use and it's massively powerful depending on how you intend to use it. It's not it's not something that takes a data nerd to work with. It's very simple to set up. It takes one simple script to add to your website, and you can track exactly what's happening on your Google Analytics as well. If you would wish to have a beautiful dashboard, there are several tools that help you. One of the tools I know is is Databox. You can go and sign up with Databox at fetchprofit.com/databox. You'll be supporting me if you do that. Now you can see a beautiful dashboard of what's happening on your analytics. If you're bored with analytics interface, that is, there are also several ways to connect what's happening with your social media sources, what's happening with your lead generation, what's happening with your email, what's happening with your YouTube videos, what's happening with your LinkedIn live sessions, what's happening with your LinkedIn articles, what's happening with your Twitter followers, and things like that. You could bring it all in into one single visual dashboard and make it all work for you. So this is how it flows. It starts with blogging regularly on a frequency. You ensure that you blog for a purpose and generate leads from your blogging efforts and from your website itself. You will notice how they do that on blogging. While they blog here, you will also notice how they design their websites. So it's not about pretty looking websites. It's not about how you think that my website is good looking or not. Good looking websites barely make money. I'm not saying ugly looking websites make money all the time, but the point is that you're fixating on the wrong things when you to focus on design only. You got to think about how your design is leading to the leads and sales that you deserve as a business. So if you look at Sleeknote here, the first thing they ask you is to sign up for a free trial. Everywhere you look, they ask you to sign up first. And that's how the design must meet your business goals. That's where the design comes into play. Design by itself is great for artists and illustrators, but for business owners, you have to ensure that it's working towards your goals. So blogging, optimizing your blog post for search, having a great presence on social, ensuring you're doing everything on brand, whether you're doing it solo or whether doing it for brand or both, ensuring that you're collecting your leads and automating that either with broadcast or with emails, making sure that you have a great presence on social media, which most people don't understand, is to by leading with conversations, connections, real people, actual friends. I mean, there's a challenge you can take from this particular LinkedIn live session or YouTube live session is to ensure and go and find out how many people do you know on a first name basis, how many people you can reach out to, just like having to reach out to a friend. So if you can take up that challenge and do that, your social media will explode. You will have leads coming in asking and begging for you to start working with them. Have people asking you for more, and that's what you want as a business owner. Finally, you make your design decisions, your which platform to be on, how much should you be writing, what cadence of publishing should you be doing, what kind of articles should you be writing, what kind of video should you be making, what kind of presence you should have on which social platform, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you want to be. All of this are the decisions that you make based on analytics and data. So this is how your web presence should work in favor of your business. Having opinions about digital marketing is fine, but problem with digital marketing, unlike having opinions on weight loss, having opinions on which car to buy, having opinions on which clothes to buy, having opinions on which places to go to, having opinions on top 10 best places to visit on your vacation, is that digital marketing is business critical, and hence you can't afford to have opinions. You can have opinions as long as they're backed by data, as long as they're backed by proof. And that's where it leads me to tell you that this is the proper cadence that you got to follow. This is a proper flow of digital marketing that you got to do. Now, you might be thinking that's a lot to do, it's a lot to keep up with. Yes, it is, but definitely better than anything you've ever done before. So I know that some of you who are already doing this to some extent or the other would agree with me. If you do, please do raise a hand and let me know. If you have any questions, please do ask. But if you have no questions at the moment, I will sign out now. We will close for the moment. But if you have any questions, even if you're watching after the session ends, please do reach out to me with comments. Thank you so much for checking out this particular live session. If you're new here, if you're on LinkedIn, follow hashtag Fetch Profits, or reach out or follow hashtag Fetch Profits, or follow hashtag Marketing Alpha. You can also follow me on my own profile, which you're looking at right now. If you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Ash signing out.